Good afternoon. So it's already afternoon and so far so good. Are we learning something? Are we getting equipped? Ama labda mmekaa tu hapo mkisema session tu iishe muende home. I hope we are learning, si ndio? Yes. So I don't want to take so much time. I want to go straight into what I'm going to talk about. Before I do that, I'll do a brief introduction of myself. My name is Diana Nzisa, and I am a speaker, and I'm also a young founder. I lead a group of young ladies called the Thriving Space. The dream of wanting to become a founder, I had it so long ago when I was in high school, but I didn't have the confidence to do what founders do, and I also didn't have this confidence that you're seeing right now. Sawa sawa. This is something that was built over time. Ni kitu tu una build pole 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 pole. So when I'm doing my session today, I want to relate to you as a young person. Ile yenye tunaongea one on one, okay? I don't want it to be a boring session. Sawa sawa. See, you guys believe nyinyi ndio majenzi, ama? Si ndio? Okay. Kuna watu wanakataa, lakini we are all part of the young people, and I want to believe that we are going to learn something pole pole. Sawa sawa. All right. So as I said, I am a speaker. I'm also a founder. I was in MKU, Mount Kenya University, where I took a course in health systems management. All right. So that means I get to work in the healthcare sector, not as a doctor, but as a medic. If you're working in the healthcare sector, hata ukuwe we ni manager, hata ukuwe we ni admin, whatever you are, unakwanga tu a medic. So that's what I did in campus, MKU. And my dream was to become a doctor, an actual doctor. Ni kama tu saizi tuko na watu wanataka kuwa madaktari. Maybe you're here and you're saying you want to be doctors in the house. Mko wapi? Where are you guys? We have one doctor. This row hakuna. Oh, we have another one. This side. Okay, pilots, engineers naona mko wengi. Wengine tunataka kufanya nini? What do we want to do? Barista, law, accountants, anything else? Okay, siwaski, but it's okay. So I wanted to become a doctor, and I didn't become a doctor. Nilifanya kitu imekaribia kwa mambo ya hospitali, hata kama si daktari, but I still became a healthcare systems manager. So I still know a few things about any course ya healthcare. You have to go through some courses. There's what we call anatomy. Anatomy is literally studying the human body and all that. There are things like first aid. Right now, mtu akifaint hapa, labda some of you are going to be like, what sasa tutadu? Kila mtu ameshtuka. But now, if you ask me, I am definitely going to help that person, because I know the first thing that I'm supposed to do, or maybe a few things I'm supposed to do to help them. Sawa sawa. So that is just in line to what I want to talk about today, because I want us to discuss about the topic of anxiety management. So it's in relation to healthcare. That's why I started with a background story of what I wanted to become and what I am doing right now. I also forgot to mention I sell cars as well. Not my showroom, it's not my yard, but I also sell cars. I do that through digital marketing. So I get to advertise for different showrooms. So ukiscroll tu pale TikTok mahali, probably you're going to see my face nikifanya hizo vitu zote. And that is why I want to challenge you as young people as well. You can become whatever you want in this life. No one is limited. You can actually, because if I went to campus nikafanya mambo ya healthcare, right now the world is a digital space. Kila kitu mnaingalia TikTok mnapata, everything is there. You're not limited. You can become so many things. My passion for the young people, that is what made me become a speaker, and that is why I'm here today. So you can imagine someone that you're managing certain hospital somewhere, you're also a digital marketer, you're also a speaker. Very soon I'm also going to write a book. So all those things, I'm not saying them to boast about them. I'm telling you because I want you to know, or rather to get encouraged, that these are things that you can actually achieve. And nobody should tell you hamwezi fanya hizi vitu. Mnaweza fanya even more than I am doing. Mtu asikulimit akwambie, now you want to become a lawyer, that is it. Wewe tu ni hivyo. No. You can achieve your passions, you can do so many other things. And let me tell you, vitu zengine kama hizi, you gain them from these trainings zenye tumekuwa nazo hapa. Because you see, when you're building your confidence, the reason why I started selling cars It's not because I wanted to, it's because I was approached by a certain car company. Okay, they are my friends, yes. The person that is head of marketing knows me. So when he was asked, can you tell us of someone that can do this and this? Akasema, oh, niko na beshte yangu mwenye anaweza fanya hii kitu, by the way. So when he was reaching out to me, he told me, I know you're confident enough, first of all. I know you love looking good. And I know you're never shy whenever it comes to cameras. So that means that you can do so well in this thing. Nikamwambia, mi mambo ya magari sijui. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. But he was like, we're going to train you, we're going to teach you. Pole pole too, you're going to learn as time goes by. And imagine, that is how I ended up becoming an automotive consultant. Not 100%, kuna vitu naweza niuliza za magari bado sijui, but I am doing something. At least I am somewhere. So they came because they know very well I am very confident. These things are the same things that we get to train you about every other time. When we come for mentorship sessions, we're not doing them ikuwe tu just like any other motivational talk. Sawa sawa. Mimi mwenyewe nikiwa high school, hata motivational talks nilikuwa nasikiza na nilikuwa nauliza hizi vitu by the way nitakuja kuziapply mahali, and I got to realize you do. People think motivational talk is just about me showing up here, telling you, oh, success is this, the education is the key. It is the key. However, if you're here and you're not open-minded, that means you're not going to grasp whatever you're supposed to grasp today. So you have to be so keen not to miss out. You have to be so keen. Ndo ujue ile kitu yenye utapata leo, it's going to help you in the next 5 years or even in the next 10 years of your life. Probably you're here and you've been wondering how to maybe navigate through course yenye unataka kufanya. And you just look at me and you realize that maybe I have done whatever you would want to do. That means that you're getting to learn from me and you're also getting motivated. On Tuesday this week, I was in a certain TV station inaitwa EBN. And these guys from EBN just saw my TikTok videos. Nikipost tu na posting videos nikiongea, motivational talks, inspirational talks, so many things. And they just saw me and they were like, would you come to our show? I was like, okay, perfect. I will come. And I went. Nilienda kwa show yao juzi. Not even to talk. Sikuenda huko kama guest speaker. I went there as a co-host. I was hosting the show. So that's already something else yenye inajileta tu pole pole. So I was just doing a host the show and it was so nice. It was my very first time. You can imagine I would be very tense. Lazima ningekuwa na kale ka feeling kawawa sana nitasema nini. Because the person mwenye ameniita yeye amezoea kukua kwa TV, mimi sijazoea. Alinipatia tu mic and vitu ziliflow tu zikakuja. We engaged our viewers, show ikaisha fiti, and we thank God. So I'm trying to tell you that this topic of anxiety management, when you conquer that thing called anxiety, there are so many doors that are going to open up for you. And I want to share with you something that I have prepared for you today. When you hear the word anxiety, ni nini inakujanga kwa mind yako? Anxiety, ukisikia tu the word anxiety, nini ukuja kwa mind yako? Because I've told you guys I want us to just engage and talk. When you hear the word anxiety, what comes into your mind? Because for me, when I hear, and I'll probably think about worry, fear, being uneasy, tension, hizo vitu zote. Nile tu kushtuka, ile tu kushtuka fulani yenye unakwanga tu nasema, ai, siwezi fanya hii kitu, ama ai, sasa niko worried ama niko stressed, hii haita work out. We've been through that phase, si ndio? Time ya exams, you guys feel anxious, I am sure. Time ya, maybe nilikuwa nataka kusema cut, nikakumbuka, do we have, kuna watu wako kampo by the way? Oh, nice. So watu wa kampo mkisikia, kuna cut, you're worried, you have the tension in your heart. So that thing, that feeling is what we call anxiety. And when we define anxiety, it actually means this is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something. So saizi niambie mtu, could you come at the front and just say something? You're going to be so tense, like kabisa. Nikiambia mtu from the front, maybe mse ataangalia chini, atakuwa zile za, ai, mimi siwezi ongea. Hii already ni anxiety kako ndani yako. And that is what we want to conquer today. Ndio ile time utatoka hapa, when you go to whatever place you're going to go, you will remember that Diana taught you about anxiety and how to manage anxiety. Because this is as a result of your mental health. And remember, your mental health, it involves how you think, how you feel, hizo vitu zote. It involves your well-being. na how you're going to cope with your life. So kama mental health yako haiko sawa, that means that it is going to affect some other things in your life. And that is why I am talking about it, because I want us to know that mental health ni kitu ya maana sana. Very, very important. Kuna wase wako hapa, mtu saizi anaweza kwa nasema niko stressed, manze niko stressed. That is mental health. And that means your mental health is affected. I might not know what is stressing you out, but hiyo ni mental health. So when we are talking about anxiety, and when we're talking about mental health, it affects how we think, how we feel, and how we can relate with other people. Kama saizi. Kuna watu wenye wanaweza kuwa na kale kwa ugumu ka kurelate na marafiki zao. You can't say hi to people around here. Nikisema watu wa hii row waende wa mingle na wa hii side na wa huku waende hii side, people are going to be like, I miss this kid. That thing comes as a result of the anxiety, or rather being anxious. And it affects how we also make our decisions. So if you're writing, you can write that. Anxiety affects how we think, how we feel, and how we relate to others, and also making decisions. Anxiety affects how we think, number 1, feel, number 2, relate to others, and also make decisions. Now, we have common mental health challenges amongst the young people. And when I was doing a research, I realized that 1 out of every 5 young people are always affected by mental health issues, but they cannot discuss it. They don't talk about it. Unajua saizi stage yenye mko, mnaweza kuwa hamrelate na mental health sana because mnaona tu life inasonga tu, why should we worry? But we are talking about it because it is important. 1 out of every 5 young people are always affected by mental health issues, and they do not talk about it. Now that's the problem. They do not talk about it. They keep quiet about it. Hiyo sasa ndio shida. Because if you're having a mental health issue, for instance, uko na stress, unaweza kuwa na depression, unaweza kuwa na anxiety, all these are part of the mental health issues I'm talking about. And you could be in a space where you're feeling like you just want to be alone, some certain loneliness. Unataka tu kuishi peke yako. That is not a safe space. You've been told about chastity, and it is very important to get focused as an individual. But sasa hii, when you're talking about anxiety management, sasa tunaiongelelea in a perspective ile ya kusocialize na watu. Sawa sawa. Ile yenye unaambiwa tu, can you do this activity by then I say, and you're already bored. Ushapata tu na anxiety fulani. And remember, anxiety also affects our school life. Now that we're in school, hiyo kitu ita affect grades zako, ita affect how you get to socialize with your teachers, how you get to socialize with your friends, your parents. But I don't want to say that hiyo kitu ni kitu huwezi conquer. You can conquer anxiety. And it is not a weakness. Anxiety is not a weakness. People go through anxiety. Even the most successful people that we have in the world, billionaires, millionaires, they have anxiety. It's not that wewe ukiwa hapa ukifeel ish ama hiyo tension ni wewe peke yako. It doesn't happen to you only. Even the most successful people go through that thing. And you realize mse ako na billion, maybe assuming someone is a millionaire and they have more than 50M in their account, and they were transferring it to someone, na wakose tu ka digit kamoja. Huyo mse hata labda atashindwa kulala. Huyo mse hata like they will be so worried. Now you see that tension you're feeling. Everybody goes through it. Myself, I go through anxiety at times. But now what I want to teach us, because now I feel like you already understand what anxiety is how to manage it. Sawa sawa. Because if you get to learn hii kitu ni nini kwanza, now after that you get to understand how can I manage anxiety. But before we go to that, nataka tu tufanye kitu moja. I don't know whether we have people around. Nimewambia anxiety unaweza kuwa nayo juu ya maybe exams, unaweza kuwa nayo juu you have pressure from your friends, unaweza kuwa nayo juu ya familia, probably you're having family issues. Wengine inaweza kuwa tu ni tule tu conflicts tunakwanga nazo tu za marafiki hapa na pale, or maybe some of you went to do something, you made the wrong decision and now the consequences are there. So I want you to imagine of something yenye ishai kupatia anxiety. Is it talking to people, kuongea mbele ya wasee? Is it story ya kuenda kabla kufanya exam? Is it kabla maybe you've had ni mtu mwenye amekuwa kisuffer from kitu inaitwa trauma. We have past trauma. Kitu ilishai kufanyikia maybe ukiwa mdogo ama ukiwa tu mkubwa saizi na inakupeanga anxiety fulani. Kuna wase usema, mimi sipendi kupanda matatu. Mimi sipendi sijui kufanya nini. Like something ever happened to you and it caused that feeling ya anxiety ndani yako, I want you to think about one thing and tell your friend, the person that is seated next to you, tell them if you've ever been anxious about anything, kuongea mbele ya wasee, something maybe ulivaa na ukafeel but sijakuwa confident na hiyo nguo, sijui nini nini, anything, to just think of something random. I'll get one person from this row, and that row, just one random person. So have that conversation to haraka. Have that conversation mbio mbio. Anything, just think about anything yenye ishai kupatia anxiety. From the back with a white t-shirt, tuambie juu wewe ndio ulikuwa wa kwanza kusema yes. Tell us neighbor wako amekwambia nini, ama kama si neighbor wako, wewe tuambie experience yako. Simo kabisa umesema utaki. Okay. Clap for him. Now, that's a feeling yake, and that's something that it's a past trauma that caused the anxiety. So that means he's not overcome it yet, but eventually it's something that he's going to overcome. Sawa sawa. And we are trying to define things that have made us feel anxious in the past, in our school life, at home, in our families, in our churches, anywhere. This side, from the front, tell us just anything. Kitu yenye rafiki yako amekwambia ama yako, whichever you feel comfortable. Anaogopanga kuongea mbele ya watu. Now that makes her anxious, all right? So we are talking about things that make us feel anxious. And for her, standing in front of people would definitely cause that tension, because we've said anxiety comes as a result of worry, uneasiness, a certain fear that you have, unafeel ni kama hii kitu siwezi fanya. Anxiety prevents you from doing something that you would want to achieve or something that you would want to do. So hers, she said that she fears talking to people. So yake ambiwange na mbele ya watu, probably that feeling creeps in. And now she starts wondering, how am I going to do it? And I totally understand that. So from this other row, katikati, my friend in please share with us. When she's doing her exams, it's okay, thank you, you can sit down. Appreciate everyone that participated. So hers, she said, I want to use the exams part because most of us become very anxious when we are about to do our exams, right? You're wondering, what grade am I going to score? Am I going to do well or not? Am I going to fail? Am I going to pass? You're not sure how the exam will come because you're not the examiner, so you don't know how the questions are set. And I want to believe for most of us, the exams give us a hard time. I want to believe that. But what I was trying to say is that these feelings don't define who you are. When you're anxious, that does not mean that you're a weak person. Sawa sawa. When you're anxious, when you're feeling that way, it doesn't define wewe ni nani. I've told you, even the most successful people in this world, they go through that anxiety, they go through that feeling. But it's manageable, it's something you can be able to deal with. It's something that you can be able to know how to cope with in this life. And that is why we are here to help you. Now, when we have this session, probably after that, she's not going to be feeling that way when she's doing exams. She's not going to be under pressure maybe when she's forced to do something. She'll just confidently do it. You get me? And for her, when we are done with this session, I am expecting that she will be so bold enough to stand in front of people and speak or even introduce herself. Not even talking, just introducing herself. Hiyo peke yake. And even for our gentleman at the back, I want to believe that very soon tutakuwa kwa hizo competitions za swimo, because or anything, it doesn't have to be the swimming competition, but you can achieve something probably through it. It can be a hobby, something you love, because you feel like I really want to do it, but niko na anxiety karibu nifanikiwe hivi, I don't want to do it.